Hey everyone, Brian Zane here. We're just a couple of days away from 2017, so with that in mind, I felt it was necessary to resurrect an older video I did a couple of years ago, but didn't do last New Year's. I want to talk about Resolution 17, where I offer up a few things that I hope WWE resolves to do in the coming year, as well as some personal resolutions for myself as a fan and as a YouTuber. So, let's begin. Beginning with WWE, I hope the company decides to incorporate and integrate the cruiserweights more into the main roster, not just keep them separate on their own little island in their own little bubble on the same show. By incorporating them and mixing them up with other people on the main roster, no matter the weight class, it makes the whole show feel more cohesive. I hope they resolve to utilize the men and women on their roster more effectively in 2017. I want to see people on the lower end of the card get brought up to the mid and upper range of the card, even if for a bit. I just want to see some variety. I want to see things different in the main event and mid-card scene. I don't want to see any more 4 to 6 month stretches of the same 2 to 3 people fighting each other week after week, month after month, with nothing gained from it. I hope they resolve to give Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin true main event pushes in 2017. In an era of wrestling now where the biggest stars are Shawn Michaels sized, wrestling needs more Kanes, Undertakers, and Diesels, damn it. That being said, I hope they do take a chance on at least one more indie darling in the main event scene next year. I hope they continue to give unsung independent talents the exposure and the platform they need to get seen on a worldwide audience with more big tournaments like what they're doing with the UK tournament next year. I hope they see more tournaments, like perhaps one with women. I hope they let the Raw Women's title grow in prestige by keeping it on one person for a while, no matter who it is. I hope they resolve to bring Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, and Asuka up to the main roster after WrestleMania. And finally, I hope WWE resolves to sign Timothy Thatcher. As for me, here's some of my personal wrestling resolutions. First off, I resolved to try and find time to watch more wrestling outside of WWE. Try to expand my worldview a bit. It's a tall order, but you know what? I've had the Bullet DVDs from this year sitting on my desk for the last several months, so maybe that's a good place to start. I resolved to be more patient when observing storylines week to week on Raw and SmackDown. Stop demanding to see the payoff so soon when sometimes these storylines need more time to build organically. I need to let myself remain curious. I resolved to get out there and try and see more live shows and hopefully work a few too. Not quite wrestling fan related, but I do resolve to get back on the DDP yoga train that I fell off earlier this year. I do want to get back to looking good in my wrestling gear again because, you never know. As a member of the YouTube community, I resolved to not let others' opinions, whether they be good or bad, influence my own. I resolved to work with more people in the YouTube wrestling community, more crossovers, more collaborations. Not only that, I also resolved to work with more people in the wrestling world at large. I resolved to listen to your suggestions on how to make this channel better. I resolved to make the internet darling show at WrestleMania weekend in Orlando totally kick ass. And finally, I resolved to keep this channel going strong into 2017 and beyond. So what do you resolve to do as a wrestling fan in 2017? What do you want to see companies around the world resolve to do in the new year? Let me know by going on social media with the hashtag Resolution17. That's with a W at the beginning. Use the hashtag in your YouTube search to find out what other channels like JV from New York, Steven Larson, Joe Cronin, and others are hoping for in the new year. And if you have a YouTube channel of your own and you're watching this video and you want to contribute to the discussion, feel free, put up your own video of wrestling resolutions and use the hashtag Resolution17 in the title. Spread the word and let's share what we want in our wrestling in 2017. Finally, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all the fans who've been so supportive of me this last year and really for the whole run of Wrestling with Regret. It's been great. I want to thank all you guys for watching my videos, for giving them thumbs up, for watching the live streams, for buying the t-shirts, for buying the Internet Darlings tickets, for being the most overall supportive and awesome fan base I could ever have imagined. This has been a really fun year for me. There have been some rough spots here and there, but mostly awesome times. I can't wait to see what happens in 2017, and I hope you all enjoy the ride. I'm Brian Zane. Happy New Year!